We're just getting started or whatever. But right now we are getting ready to get a little real. You know, we're gonna be talking about plastic surgery, which I clearly don't know anything about. Joining us on the stage today, we have Dr. Gabami and his amazing model from Vanderpump Rules, Billy Lee, joining us on the stage right now.
The next question is for Jay. So social media has not only given you a platform to make your followers smile and cackle, but it's also offered you a space to express yourself. How has your channel allowed you to redefine your masculinity, self-acceptance, especially as a man of color?
I feel like before I was making videos, there were so many labels like, you have to be a man. Like, there's so much rules, like being a man. You don't know, you didn't choose to be born. So like, it was so much things being put on me, and then I feel like when I started making videos and people started like telling me to be more of myself, I started getting more comfortable with myself, and I just started playing around. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gay, so let me just play with both sides of the feminine and masculine. So now I'm just like whoever I want to be, who I want to be. I'm just free. So I'm just like I use that to like I don't know. I push you. Be whoever you want to be. You could be so many characters. That's why I like about being gay. You can be whoever you want to be any day. You know, straights, they gotta be this one person. Like, we get to be like,
it's boring.
Oh wait, no.
It's boring.
I'm just
1, 2, 3. We're at Beautycon.
Hi.
Love you guys. Hi.
Welcome to Planet Beautycon.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This is pretty cool.
Well,
I remember we spoke about Beautycon years ago in my living room.
remember I was like, hey, I want to build this thing. I want
Yeah.
to build a community for new beauty fans and creators and talent, all of you guys. So, what do you think about this amazing stage and creative that Simi and Hayes made for us?
Wow, they did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Aren't they so talented?
I love them.
I love them.
I love them.
They also made the Halo room, entire stage.
Wow.
So, you guys should definitely give them some love because these guys are really talented.
Everyone, I brought my daughter North loves makeup. She's so shy right now, but she's never really seen me do anything like this or work. She has no idea what I do. So this is exciting for me today.
It's amazing. So, we're gonna talk about beauty. We're gonna talk about this. When they launched, they did about $14 million in revenue within the first few hours. Major, right? To give you context, Tom Ford Beauty took almost a decade to get to $500 million in revenue. So this is a huge thing in the beauty industry. So Kim, tell us, how was that on the eve of the launch? Were you nervous? What did you think was gonna happen?
Oh, I was so nervous. And I started off with contour because that's what I know the best, and that's what, no matter what look I do, I have to contour. But I was really confident in powder contour because that's what I knew. And with the way that production was going, my cream contour was ready before that. And I was so nervous. I couldn't sleep the night before. Launch day, I'm sitting there on my computer. Everything's digitally tailored, and that's it.
Amazing. So you've been praised for making professional techniques available to masses. What was the overall inspiration for that? Like, how did you arrive to really realizing that masses essentially wanted access to the same professional techniques you have?
Well, I've been getting my makeup done for about 11 years now. I know what I like, and I know what products I like, and the consistency, but I wanted those easy steps. If someone can just tell me, here's conceal, bake, and brighten, and this is what my makeup artists do, and this is the 3 steps that you need, and you're done. That's what I try to give to my customer of everything that I've learned over the years of getting my makeup done.
And you've been working with folks like Mario, Makeup by Mario, who I know everyone here loves.
He's
some
Did my
fans here
makeup
from
this
Mario.
morning.
He was here yesterday, or I think, yeah, he was here yesterday. You can send me your thoughts on how we can do that, because I really think the beauty
That would be
industry,
amazing.
right? The beauty industry has been such a great place for women to reinvent themselves. And so I think that would be really amazing for us to do that. Let's think about the future for a second. Let's think about in year 2050. I'm a young son now. He's 4 months today, and you have
My
your
daughter's
baby.
6 months today.
6 months today. Oh, cute. So, what do you think beauty will look like for them in year, say, for example, 2050? Like, what do you hope the beauty world looks like for them?
Honestly, I feel like the sky is the limit in the beauty world. I hope that people are just confident within themselves and do what makes them feel good about themselves. For me, there's certain beauty tricks and certain looks that I do that just make me feel good about myself, but makeup doesn't define me. I still love, having my looks without makeup. So as long, I don't know, I mean, I really see so many amazing new technologies and so many new things. And like the beauty world is completely on fire. It's like the hottest industry. So I really think sky's the limit for what the beauty industry will be like.
I agree, and I also think that beauty is going to become a lot about wellness and your well-being, your spirituality. I think all of that is really going to continue to play more and more into how we think about beauty.
Because beauty is I mean, I know it's like cliche and beauty is from within and all of that, but you can have all the makeup in the world, and if you are not a good person, you are not beautiful. So let's still remember that beauty does really come from within. And beauty comes in all, I mean, not just even people that I love following on my social media, like Winnie Harlow, and seeing
her.
people like her
She's the
and
sweetest, yeah.
the sweetest, and
Yeah.
just there's so many more acceptable forms of beauty.
Absolutely.
And to me,
Body
she
shapes
is
and sizes,
stunning.
and gender. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's such a playful moment that we're in. I hope it stays this way.
I do too.
So we are just to think about a little bit our country, the state of our country, the global sort of mood. I think it's fair to say that our country is somewhat divided. I think that something inside of me really wants to stand on the right side of history right now. I really find myself more engaged than ever for my family, for my baby, for this community. So you have written some really powerful statements around things I was very inspired by, like the Armenian genocide, which I thought was really important. You've done some amazing work recently around prison reform. What exactly? You say things, and I agree with you, that hashtags are not enough. So what concrete things, like this is a huge community of people and fans, like what can we all do to put our good energy and love into action?
I think there's so much you can do. I mean, I do see, speaking out obviously helps, but sometimes that isn't enough. Like, I think if you just get information on things. I recently, helped out Alice and did what I could. Thank you.
Does everyone here know about Alice Johnson? Yes? Do you want to say a few words on who she is? I think it's really amazing.
Yeah, through social media, I saw her story. She's someone that had been in prison for 21 years, and I didn't feel like her sentence was fair. It was life in prison without the possibility of parole for a non-violent drug offense, her first time. And so I did what I could and used my resources to help her to get her sentence and so she's out, and that feeling of I didn't really have a connection to anyone that had been in prison, and I felt for her and I connected with her, but I wanted to learn more. So this summer and last weekend I went to a women's prison to just connect and to speak to women that are all lifers, that and hearing their stories and there to listen. So even simple things like that. I mean, I heard about what life is like really inside and some things that really have to change. And if I can use my power to help with those changes, and that's something that I'm really passionate about. So whatever you're passionate about, There's so much you can do. You can sometimes just listening to someone's story means everything. Whether I've worked with in the homeless, just going down and listening, everyone says, whether it was the women that I met with in prison or people on Skid Row, is just being heard is sometimes all they want. So I enjoy spending my time away from my kids and work, listening to people, and if there's something that I can do about it, that's what I want to spend my time doing, and I would love to help. So, you know, retweeting things for other people to be aware, all of that's amazing. That's how I found Alice, by someone retweeting a story about her, but I don't want to stop. I want to educate myself.
I want to do something. Well, I think the prison reform issue is amazing that it has your attention, and I think it's a terrible stain on our society that you have so many people in prison who are nonviolent offenders, you know, so I'm really happy that that's something that you're passionate
For life,
about.
yes, yes. We've been talking to the White House. I think some other good things are coming soon,
Right.
so.
Amazing. So let's talk about social media haters in the future. You have a huge presence on social platforms, and you know how negative it can get out there. You've done an amazing job dealing with haters. How does it still bother you when you feel sort of hate coming through social media platforms?
What's crazy is you can be having the best day, you can be posting the best pictures of yourself or whatever makes you happy, have 1 million positive comments, and you'll see one negative comment and it'll ruin your day.
I know.
But I really, honestly, it doesn't really affect me anymore because I try to look at the positive side of things. I think social media I might reevaluate it when the time comes that my kids want phones and want to, you know, be on social media. But all in all, I mean, I try to look at the positive of it. That's how I found someone like Alice. That's how you connect with so many amazing people. That's how I get my feedback from my beauty line. It's how I, you know, so I think.
Grain of salt.
Yes, it's tricky.
It is tricky. And I think there's some serious consequences now to online bullying. I mean, there's a lot of young kids really dealing with the repercussions of online bullying. So what advice do you have for someone out here who may be dealing with some online bullying?
I mean, I think you definitely have to do what you can to shut them down, whether it's reporting them or, you know, blocking them and taking out that negative energy in your life so you don't see all of that. And it's just, there's like absolutely no room for treating someone like that, speaking to someone like that, bullying someone. That's just, you know, I think there has to be rules with social media. I'd love to go away and go on vacation and have a digital detox. I think especially for kids and their minds, and they're so fragile, so young, that there has to be rules of maybe not sleeping with the phone right next to you. I mean, I communicate with a child psychologist that runs the Mind Institute in New York, and he talks about social media all the time. In general, I was just really interested when I started to have kids, even though they're too young for that. I love forming a relationship to just see what the proper protocol and rules should be for when that time comes. And he's
Share the tips. Share the tips.
Yeah, I mean, one thing he said is, never, if you get a phone call and it's a work call and you're at the dinner table and you guys are all eating dinner together, never get up and leave and take the call or take it at the table, because you're showing your kids that this phone call is more important than them, or work is more important than them. So you could, you know, excuse yourself from the table and do it real quick, but never really be on the phone in front of them. Have rules. Like, I remember growing up, our home phone, I had rules. There were phone hours.
Absolutely.
And so there should be cell phone hours. You should never sleep by your phone.
Yep.
The kids, it should be like, maybe the phones are in the kitchen so that when they wake up, they have breakfast with the family and then they get their phones.
Right.
At nighttime, they put the phones down at 10 o'clock at night or whatever your curfew phone time is, and definitely set rules for the phone.
Well, I think that everyone can use a detox, right? And I think for those who can't, I think there's, you know, we've been really impressed with the work that the Trevor Project and the suicide prevention organizations have been doing for people who are just not able to cope with the bullying that they are dealing with. And so I think something I think about is that people really need to know that there's help out there for them. And so encouraging people to really reach out. I want to know what you think about this new trend in influencer. I'm wearing Little Michaela's shirt. What do you think of this new AI influencer? Millions of followers, they're selling product, they're activists, they're social justice influencers, they're at Fashion Week and Vogue shoots. Like Little Michaela was here yesterday. I'm like, what do you think about all that?
I think it's so cool. I think it's so innovative, so different, and I think it's really cool.
I love it too. I think it's so interesting to think that there's a day in which we could do something like this and it would just be all AI generated talent. It's like just such a fascinating thought, like that could even happen sometime down the line. But it seems like we're sort of playing with that.
As long as it's all friendly.
Yeah, of course. But I think like all good things, there will be people that use it in ways that are probably not so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think for you? You've been such an innovator. You've been such an early adopter. Apps, emojis. There's a new shop app that you're a part of. What's the future of social media and digital for you?
I mean, I'm diving into just e-commerce right now with all of the brands and really figuring that out. And I still love my video game and all the fun stuff. Screen Shop I'm working on. But for right now, I'm just really focusing on the current projects that I have so that I can just not get overwhelmed. I think also in life, whether it's digital detox or not putting too much on your plate, I work really well under pressure, but you also still have to take time for yourself. So if I take on too many projects, I will get overwhelmed and not have that time for myself and not have that time for my kids and my husband and my family. So I'm very content and happy with where I'm at work-wise and everything that I'm working on.
Amazing. Are you ready for rapid fire?
Yeah.
Rapid fire. Okay. Highlighter or contour?
I mean, contour forever.
Okay. LeBron James Cleveland or LeBron James Lakers?
I'll say Lakers.
All right. Who's excited? If you could only take one product with you, what product would it be?
Concealer.
Okay. What makes you laugh every time?
My daughter, North, makes me laugh.
Arm day or leg day?
Leg day, all the way.
100 squats or 100 sit-ups?
100 sit-ups.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What clothing item did Kanye make you ditch that you miss?
These slides. See, I get I get prototypes of shoes and I'll wear them, and then when the real one comes in, he makes me ditch the prototype. But sometimes I like just having those in my closet because they're a little bit different. So there was these shoes and these slides, and he made me get rid of both.
Okay. Blonde or brunette, Kris Jenner?
Blonde, Kris Jenner.
I know. I really want your mom to come here. I'm like dying to get her to Beautycon. She would love it.
Well, if she gets off her yacht,
I mean, I'm like, why would you want to be on a yacht when you could be here at Beautycon? Obviously.
I will tell her.
Lip gloss or lipstick?
Lipstick.
Favorite Kanye album?
I mean, I love 808s. 808s is probably my favorite. But every hearing Ye, like there's so many personal things in it that I just connect to, and I feel like it's so new and fresh that I love that. But I'd say 808s at heart.
Same, me too. I'm like, that one really takes me there. Full glam or fresh face?
Full glam, baby.
All right. And then favorite cheat day meal?
I love ice cream, chocolate chip cookie dough, and cookies and cream.
Amazing. Well, we're out of time.
So much for having me.
Getting all the products, and I love how the line has been evolving.
Thank you.
So you've had so many great promotional campaigns, and they all highlight like amazing female strength, I think. Are you ever open to maybe having any male models or having any, because beauty now is becoming so diverse that there are so many amazing people, both male and female, that love beauty. And do you think that you would ever incorporate like anything that could highlight more male features or anything that like with models that are male?
Yeah, I've actually had that conversation with the team. We were talking about it today because I was telling my daughter what Beautycon was and where we were going, and I said it's a place for who loves makeup. And my daughter said, "Oh, like me and all my my friends," and she was naming girls. And I said, "Yeah, and boys that love makeup too." So yeah, we have that conversation internally with the team, and I'm trying to find the right product. I would love to do a male campaign.
Eyebrows. Like
Eyebrows.
you definitely, I think you're obviously known for your contour, but I personally have always loved your eyebrows.
Thank
So
you.
I think that maybe in the future that would be an amazing product for you to put out. So thank you for your time. I
Of
love
course,
you so much.
thank you. Love you.
Last question.
My smoke machines are still working, and somehow my wig is still on. That's an accomplishment for sure. Alright, so here at Beautycon, we celebrate love, we celebrate body individuality, and we really just show that happiness isn't one size fits all. So I'm so excited for this next panel, our second to last panel, honey. We're about to wrap with a big old bang, honey. So I want to introduce our next guest, Miss Lita Lewis, to the stage.
This first, listen, Manny, if you got a fan club, it's right there. And they're here. Y'all are gagging. I live for this. And we were just talking backstage like it ain't no thing. It came out like pop, pop, pop. Okay. So we're gonna start off with Miss Lynn, aka Accidental Icon. What did it mean to you to win the Shorty Award for Best in Fashion Girl? Like, what message do you want to share to women about aging gracefully and beautifully and how age really shouldn't be a thing?
Exactly. And that's why, unlike all the other popular press who put me into a category of senior Instagrammer, the shorties recognize my work for good content. And I was with a whole bunch of great content creators. So for me, they were the only ones who really get that age is irrelevant.
So how do we continue to break beauty boundaries, baby?
Honestly, I think it's all about being authentically yourself. That's truly like what everyone is saying. As long as you're who you are and you're proud of that, that's all. Like, you can honestly just be authentic to yourself and people will see that. And I feel like that's what shows so much. You know, all of us here are authentically ourselves, and that's why we've gotten to where we are. It's like who we put out is who we are, and that's what I think. As long as you continue to do that, you'll continue to break barriers.
Okay, so this next question's for Chella. How do you define yourself, and can you explain your journey with gender dysphoria? So how do you station and
It feels amazing. I don't feel pressured at all. I feel amazing. I get inboxes all the time from kids with albinism just saying that they're happy to finally see a role model for someone with albinism. Growing up, I saw no one in any magazines, TV with albinism, and I knew, I'm like, I'm gonna be that girl. They're gonna see me, they're gonna see albinism as something that is beautiful. And I just did a Wet n Wild campaign. I'm the face for Wet n Wild.
Hello.
And
hello? I literally just saw your billboard. I was like driving, I was like, girl, she on a billboard, okay.
and to see billboards and my face in stores, that is something so commercial, and to have a look that is not something that is considered commercial. Feels amazing. Feels really good.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, because girl, when I say that fashion needs you, they done needed you, and they need you even more, and keep slaying. Now we get to Manny! I had to give it that intro because I knew y'all was gonna give it. Okay. So, okay. How does it feel to be recognized as the only male People Magazine Most Beautiful list? And what did, okay, thank you. Actually, let's give it a round of applause. So, what did it take for you to discover the confidence and accept and acknowledge your inner and outer beauty?
Honestly, it's about reaching within, because when you grow up in, you know, a really like for example, I'm Mexican, right? I grew up in a very like Mexican household. Hey, my Latinos, you know where you're at. But like, there's a lot of stigma like behind, you know, like being gay and whatnot, and it's definitely harder. But you have to really just reach within yourself to find the courage to do what you want to do. And I think that that's kind of shows between all of us on social media. Like, you have to find the strength within yourself, because no one else is gonna give you the strength to do it. For like, it's like RuPaul says, like, if you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love someone else? That's literally exactly what it is. You need to deep dive within who you are to be able to find your inner beauty, and it exudes outwards when you find it, I think.
And that's so true, so thank you.
Beautycon LA 2018. Y'all, we did it! I just want to thank every single person for coming out here today. Thank you to all the amazing creators. Thank you to all the stage crew. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. This is so amazing. Bye, guys.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you, Manny!
Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you.